a game with happy and sad music. When you hear the happy music, play your rhythm sticks or clap, just as you did before, like this.
My name's Clint Jones. I was one of the first Skim2Live people. It really just started off as a bunch of us going to Galveston. We take beach trips when we were all lifeguards. And people like Paul Lentz, Sarah Peters, Linda Schilberg, Glenn Couples, Chris Horstrom. Skim2Live kind of started off as a bit of a joke, actually. We all had this skimboard when we went to Galveston, and it was just like this really cheesy line that said Skim2Live and like these cool big letters, and it kind of just like spawned off of that. Like, we weren't really a group to start off with, we just had this weird board, and we kind of made fun of it a lot and we joked around. That's really like where the name came from, so that's kind of a weird story. But me and Paul Lentz were two of the first Skim2Livers, I guess. Paul Lentz, I don't know if you heard his name from some of the other guys, but he was like pretty much the Jay Adams of skimboarding, you know? He's that guy that can do anything. So skimboarding just came natural to him, I guess. And he was the original owner of Big Blue, just this really big skimboard that's gone from hand to hand kind of throughout the team. Just this huge skimboard that's been around with us forever. So it's kind of cool. It's got a history, I guess, and it's still being ridden this day by some of the younger guys. So it was one of the original skimboards that we had. Kept going. And we've been going to the creek since we were little kids. We always lived like right across the street from it. We'd go back there and like build forts or go exploring, other things that little 10-year-old kids will do. And we used to skimboard back there with like cheap little $20 boards. That was our place, you know. You go back there, there's no parents, there's no authority, you're just out there having fun with all your friends, no worries at all. It's pretty much a dream come true.
If you've ever been down there, you know it's like a little getaway. You get down there and it's almost like it's a cutout of paradise dropped right in the middle of a small town where you wouldn't expect to find anything like it. And I mean, it's always been a relaxing place to go to. And it's like once you step foot in that water, all your worries just melt away.
Then I met Carey and Nick and E-Fall and all them, and it just kind of blew up from there.
We used to hang out at the Ravensway Big Pool. Clint Jones was our lifeguard, and we used to always like make fun of him and pick jokes at him. And then one day he took us down to Cypress Creek, which is our skim spot, and introduced us to his group Skim2Live, and we would hang out all the time down there. We used to call our skim spot the Biatch. We'd go hang out at Galveston Beach and then come back to Cypress and skim at the Biatch. And then once it came time for Clint to leave for college, he decided to hand down Skim2Live to myself and Nick Reeves. So originally, whenever me and Nick took the lead positions in Skim2Live, our main goal was to just spread the name of Skim2Live, get our name out there so people would come to our events, watch skim competitions. And in order for us to do that, we realized we needed a cause. And our good friend Blake Brobston's stepfather was passing away. We wanted to host an event to raise money to help pay for their medical bills. And so that wasn't going well. His father ended up passing away early, and then we decided instead to raise money for breast cancer. The reason is because in the 4th grade my mom passed away from breast cancer, and you know, that was hard for me, and so I threw that out there. Nick was down for it, and we decided to go for it. We just gave Skim2Live a whole new meaning.
Whenever we were all talking about the cause and, you know, the breast cancer came up, it just seemed like it was meant to be, especially with the situation that, you know, Carey's unfortunately in with his mom. And, you know, I think it's best that we are giving it to breast cancer because, you know, there's there's no arguments over, you know, money or anything like that, you know, and it's never been about the money.
So we decided we wanted to raise money for breast cancer, and we ended up hosting our first annual Skim Jam in the spring of '08, and we thought it'd be a good way to get the community out, you know, to help for the cause, and also get the Skim2Live name out there.
And so we went to work right away, and first Skim Jam was a major success. And you know, it felt so good to know that you were a part of something big. And then between the first year of Skim Jam and the second year of Skim Jam, we came out with some clothes.
But it just started off by doodling. We just doodled a bunch of stuff, and then we were like, hey man, we should make these into shirts. So we did, and they actually sold really well, and everybody wears them. I think some guys spray painted shirts. The original shirt was actually my doing. It was just a white t-shirt, and I Sharpied a little beach scene. Kind of similar to the green, blue, and pink ones we have today. And then we made Skim Jam shirts, some more up-to-date Skim2Live shirts, and just kind of kept going off of that.
And so when Carey and Nick presented me with the idea of like being in charge of Skim2Live, you know, I was thrilled. I loved the idea. I just wanted to help out in any way I could, and so I'm like immediately just start thinking of ideas, just anything we can sell, anything that will promote fighting breast cancer at the same time as somebody's wearing it, things like that.
And just to see people walking around in the hallway that you didn't even know, wearing a shirt, you know, wearing something that you were a part of, is like, you know, it's like something bigger than you. And then Skim Jam 09 came up, and it was 5 times bigger than Skim Jam 08. And it was just crazy how many people came and how much money we raised.
I've seen it grow tremendously, you know, starting with sponsors and supporters, you know, people wanted to help out our cause, what we were trying to do, and, you know, Skim2Live, it got a totally new meaning, like what Carey said.
It's really awesome, like how far everything's gone and how popular Skim2Live's become. We were in magazines, newspaper. It's pretty unbelievable, and I mean, it all came off of like a little joke. So, I guess anything can happen.
Just always thinking of ways to raise money for breast cancer, and then to raise awareness, I think, is just as important. Just living an active lifestyle and living a healthy lifestyle. You know, we do it through skimboarding, but any way you want to is as good as any other way.